Guys, the idea of this task is that you have to imagine that you're doing a project with your friend. Your project has a topic which you'll see in the task. In this imaginary situation, you have found two photos that are perfect for your project. For some mysterious reasons, you can't just send these photos to your friend. And so you decide to record a voice message and describe these photos to the friend. All right, let's see what the task looks like. Some instructions, a plan, and two photos. This is what you will see on your screen at the exam. What are the most important things you should notice in the task? Well, first of all, the title of your project. It is always written right here. It is very important to see this topic and keep it in mind while you're describing the photos. Everything else in this instruction is always the same, so don't waste your time at the exam on reading it. Read it now while you're studying, and at the exam only look for the important thing, the title of the project. Then you have a plan, guys, and this is actually very good. You have 4 points right here that you should mention in your voice message. But, and this is very important, this plan that you're going to say at the exam doesn't mention two very important parts of your speech, the introduction and the conclusion. Guys, without these two, you will not get maximum points for the task. So you should remember about them always. So now you got that you're starting with an introduction, right? Let's see what's next. Explain the choice of the illustrations for the project by briefly describing them and noting the differences. This point in your plan always looks the same. You will see this particular phrase at the exam. Nothing will change. What does it mean? In this part of your speech, you need to describe the pictures, mention some differences, and explain why you chose these pictures for your topic of the project. All in a couple of sentences, guys. We will look at how to do that perfectly in our lesson today. For now, let's just remember this most important thing. You can't say things that are not connected to the topic of the project. For example, here the topic is sports activities. If you say that the difference between the two pictures is that in the first picture there is a boy and in the second picture there's a girl, that will be a mistake. You can't say that without explaining how that fact is connected to the topic of your project. So, your description and your differences have to be connected to the topic of the project. Everything you say in this part has to prove why you chose these pictures for the project that you're doing with your friend. Okay, next. The second and third points of your plan are very similar. The second is mention the advantages, 1 or 2, of the two sports activities. And the third is mention the disadvantages, again, 1 or 2, of the two sports activities. Here, it is really important to notice what you need the advantages and disadvantages of. In this task, it's the sport activities. In other tasks, it'll be something else, connected to your project. Guys, students make a lot of mistakes here if they forget to look at this part of the plan. So, please be careful and always look there. The last point in the plan is your opinion. Let's see. Express your opinion on the subject of the project. Which of the sports activities presented in the pictures you'd prefer and why? Now, the first part of this point is always the same. Express your opinion on the subject of the project. But the second part changes from task to task. So again, you need to look at it at the exam. See it, understand it, and express your opinion only on this topic, nothing else. Moreover, guys, this verb form, you'd prefer, is extremely important for you. You need to use the same one in your speech. In this task, you see you'd prefer. So in your voice message, you need to say, I'd prefer, blah, blah, blah. Please, okay? Don't change this form. It will lead to loss of points. You might see some other forms here. You prefer, or you would like, or you preferred in your childhood. Use the same one as you have in the task. Just when you've come to this part in your voice message, look at the screen again and repeat the form that you see. It's very important, okay? Don't use any kind of synonyms here. It's not needed. Another significant thing about this part of your plan is not to forget to mention why. You always need to explain your opinion here. All right, and of course, don't forget about the last part, right? Which is not in the plan, but is needed in the task, your conclusion. It can be very short, but it needs to be there. Something like, let me know what you think. Bye. That's enough. If you don't say bye to your friend, you will lose points here. Under the plan, you have some more details. You will have 3 minutes to record your voice message, and you have to say from 12 to 15 sentences. You can say more if you have enough time for them, but if you say less, you will what? Yes, you will lose points, guys. All right, let's see my personal strategy template for you. Once again, real quick. First, we study the task and the photos. We have 2.5 minutes for that. Then, we start with an introduction. Next, a short description of the photos and the differences between them. Then, 1 or 2 advantages of the topic in each picture. Then 1 or 2 disadvantages. After that, you give your opinion on the topic and explain it. And finish off with a conclusion. For the whole voice message, you have 3 minutes. You need to say from 12 to 15 sentences. If you do everything correctly, you will get 10 points for this task. Guys, we are going to talk about each part of the plan in a lot of detail with you today. I will not leave you with general ideas and instructions. We'll have a look at particular phrases you can use in your voice message in the following videos. For now, please answer a couple of questions under this video so that we can be sure that you heard me and got everything you needed.